So sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so we are back. We are eating a apple? We've saved the game. Oh, I guess we can talk to these people now. I wonder what the villagers will say to us now. Somehow I get the feeling Loki's just using us, but the villagers will get their money back, so they should be happy. Right? Well, I mean, he's probably just gonna take all that money back. I mean, he's the one with all the soldiers. I mean, admittedly, those are some pretty useless soldiers. So, maybe not. Do I actually want to fight here, or do I want to fight on the mountain? So, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think every time I use the blind ability, it doubles their EXP value. So, I'm actually going to just kill these exclusively with blind and just see how much experience I get out of it. I guess I could just... I'm gonna kill Ray. This is silly. I don't know why I have Ray standing there. Let's see. Wow, okay. So Ray definitely needs to unequip some of those. There we go. Slightly better. Those are still hitting for 0 damage. Okay, so let's go ahead and just stab. I wonder if he can actually get... Probably not, right? And then for this last one, I think I'm actually going to unequip this weapon and equip the weakest thing that I have. Yeah, we're going to equip the bent sword and just spam blind. I want to see whether I get decent EXP from this. And if I don't, then it's probably just not worth worrying about the eye goose. I think because that missed, it's not going to have a multiplicative effect there. That is 62 experience. That's not too bad. And okay, so 44 EXP. Or 44 HP on Tipo. Found an antidote. Bottom. Okay, so Ray is going to kill himself. Ark is going to kill himself. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to spam blind. And I think that this is going to be worth a lot more than the previous one was. Oh, maybe not. Because that was more than half its HP. That's too bad. I wonder how much HP they have. If I had to guess, I'd say they probably... I'd say they probably have 12 HP. That looks like they have exactly 12 HP, yeah. So, if we hit for 5... We did not. Okay, so we're gonna get substantially less experience on this one than we did on the previous one. Unless we manage to get a, There we go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we did get the triple blind here. And we'll see how it goes. There we go. 80 EXP. Hot diggity. So we got 551217. Not too shabby. Okay, so Ray is going to kill himself. I'm gonna try blinding this mage goo. Obviously, blind isn't useful from a practical standpoint against it. But I'm hopeful that... I guess I slipped. Yeah, the thing is that I don't know if they have the same EXP modifier as the Igoos do. If they don't, then I'm just wasting my time doing this. But if they do, then I'll be getting a huge amount of EXP off of this thing. And it's nice actually being able to level up off of these weaker enemies. Well, I guess we'll see. 22 EXP? Definitely not. So the Igoos, when you use blind on them, it increases the amount of experience that you get off of them. If you do the same thing to a mage goo, it does not. So you don't need to worry about that. Let's see here. So we got a boss goblin. I'm gonna cast a heal. So the heal's going off. We're getting Tipo with that. And interestingly enough, wow, that is not a lot of damage. Okay, Tipo, let's see. Can you... Oh, right, he has Simoon now. Let's see how much damage he does with this. Simoon! And that is 37 damage. Okay. So, we're all set now. Unfortunately, we're not one-shotting the goblins with our normal attacks. Which is a little surprising considering how high level Tipo is now. But that -1 strength per level has probably had a pretty significant impact on him. So, it's fine. Oh wow, that is trashy XP. Yeah, we just care about the goos. We don't need to fight those guys even. We're just gonna run away from those. So we're just gonna fight igoos. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Because with the igoos, all I have to do is just blind them over and over and over again. And basically, each time it doubles their experience value. Now the key is that it doesn't give you double their original value. It doubles the current value. Oh, that's interesting. Gooey. I do not remember this. Interesting. So this is basically an enemy that you would eventually use to get access to a late game ability. It's only worth 9 experience, so we're just gonna leave. We don't need to worry. That is interesting, though. That's a cool enemy. That is a man trap. So those two are gonna kill themselves, hopefully. Yes. And Simu! And that's 24. But it's 24 experience for a substantially faster fight than the 80 experience was. So hopefully we get some more igoos. That quartet of igoos was a lot of experience. There we go. So we've got a trio of igoos. It's not quite as good as a quartet. I'm actually wondering, it might actually be in my best interest. See, this is the kind of like shenanigans that you can pull. And I'm actually going to do this in a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about later. But there is going to be some extreme shenanigans that we can implement in against these later. So unfortunately, we didn't get any hit with more than that. But I think... So the key is that if I heal them after I've hit them, I can actually get another hit on them. And I can just keep healing them if I want. And we've got enough of them here, actually, that I'm going to do that. So Ray is going to kill himself. Ark is going to heal this Igoo, which is going to be the Igoo that I'm blinding. And I think that Ark is slow enough that... Okay, it's not... He's not. Well... Whoops. I should have just waited until next turn. It's fine, though. And he's dead. Oh, he's back up. again. No, I think I'm wrong. I think you can only do it once. I think that I was thinking that it doubles it every time. That's not how it works. It's the first time you use it, it gives a 5 times multiplier. So, the EXP value of these is what? Yeah, okay, so... Got it. Well, I'm actually glad that I looked this up, because it is going to make my life a little faster. So I just have to blind them once, and then I can just kill them all. So the key is just blinding each of them in turn, not blinding the same one over and over again. There are enemies where that will work, but the Aigus are not one of them. So... Alright. And we're gonna use Simoon. And there we go. Tipo is now level 9. And because he's level 9, that means that he has acquired 8 levels under Migas. Which means that Migas will now teach him all of his dirtiest, darkest secrets. So let's go talk to Migas and get all the secrets. And then we can save the game and go talk to the villagers about their secrets. Bum bum. Ba-da-bum. Welcome back, my students. Tipo, you deserve a reward, therefore I give you this. Tipo learned Frost. Is there anyone else who wants to study under me? Yes. No. It's actually faster to say yes and then cancel than it is to say no, because then they ask if you want to stop. Bum, bum, ba-da. Welcome back, my students. Tipo, you deserve a reward, therefore I give you this. Meditation. Is there anyone else who'd like to study under me? Of course there is not. Farewell, come back after you've gotten stronger. If you're ready, I'll teach you some of my spells. Welcome back, my students. Tipo, you deserve a reward, therefore I give you this. Tipo learned Magic Ball. And yes, there's always someone else who wants to learn from you, except there's never anybody who wants to learn from you. It's worth it to get the spells. Therefore I give you this. Tipo learned Typhoon. Of course there is not. No, nobody wants to learn from you. Come back after you've gotten stronger. If you're ready, I'll teach you some of my spells. Excellent. Okay, so we've learned Typhoon. Typhoon, I believe, is his highest tier thing. And by I believe, I mean I'm pretty 100% sure. We're going to go ahead and save the game. And let's see here. Do we have anything else that we need to do? Okay, we need to take this bent sword off of him and give him some of these daggers. Okay, so he's no longer the carry. He's not intending to be picking up extra thingamabobber now. He's not going to be picking up extra levels. So, now, we can start leveling Ray again. And let's see here. We are going to move on. Moving on. Do I have enough fish? Oh my god, 10 max HP. Alright, we're going to go to McNeil. because I think we are ready now. You break into Mr. McNeil's house to take his money, and then scatter it all over town. What were you thinking? I don't know, we're dumb kids. What do you expect us to do? We thought it was a good idea at the time. I'm sorry. Could be a little grateful. Hello, Ray. Nice weather, eh? Hey, Loki. We did just like you said. We gave McNeil's money to everybody. Shh! Don't say that so loudly. People will hear you. If McNeil finds out, he'll kill me. What are you so afraid of, anyway? You said McNeil was the bad guy. Shh! Alright, alright. Just don't talk about that here. We can talk about it in the hut. You go on ahead, okay? I don't trust you, Loki. You go on ahead, huh? Well, fine. But I've got my eye on you. Oh, wait, we're inside the building, so I guess we don't have our eye on you. But I've got my mind's eye on you. Ray, something's wrong. We'll get that Loki fellow to explain what's going on. Yep. That's likely. It's a cow. It's a bunion. The bunion? I was hired to take care of the cows, so whatever I say is going to be to the cows. What's going on? We're waiting for Loki. Hey, cow. Did you hear that fellow Loki thought he could have an easy life if he got a hold of McNeil's money? But he didn't know that McNeil was working for a big gang of crooks that don't like being stolen from? Sounds pretty dangerous, doesn't it, cow? What does he mean, Ray? It means... oh, we shouldn't be hanging around here too long. I think we should be getting back home. Quick. Run! Faster! Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we are now supposed to head home. Do I have anything else that I need to accomplish before we proceed to the next part of the game? I don't think so. Why is everybody... oh, right, because I want them to have max agility. What is his max agility, anyway? 14. So he has double the agility that Ryu does. Awesome. Okay, well... we do not want this equipped. We're gonna give him his bollock knife back for now. Da, 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 da. Ba-dum-ba-da-ba-boom. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Should I save the game? I should 100% save. We got a boss fight coming up. It's super important that we save the game. Yep. Yes, sir. Okay, so these two are chilling here, so... did you hear what he said? We should probably go back home. And lie low until this all blows over. Or we could go to Windia. I mean, we've been talking about doing that for a while now. You know, just a thought. Though, to be fair, we have a very nice home. Like, these kids have a very nice... gigantic treehouse. It's not a treehouse, but it's a house. Like, their house in the woods is pretty badass. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. That's not good. Wow. You know what? You guys are assholes. You know, I've half a mind to murder y'all. I think it's gonna happen. Tafu! Holy crap! So, that is the power of Tipo now that we've got him all these levels under Migas. So there we go. And yes, Typhoon is his highest tier spell. Just confirming. That was a mistake. Okay. I should have healed up before I walked through here. What? What the? What's going on? What happened? Ray! Boom. I was wondering what our thieves might look like. They's just a bunch of kids, ain't they, bro? No worries, eh, Cinder? Time for school. A lesson in the school of life. You mean, you? That's right. You're a little too big for your britches, my boy. Now it's time for your spanking, so get on over here. Hey, check it out, bro. They're gonna try and fight. Kids. They just don't want to do what they're told, do they? We might be in trouble. This is a slight amount of DPS. Get 14 agility. Let's try Magic Ball and see how much damage that does. Snooze it off! Oh. $77 damage! Wow! That is not bad. And lightning. Blarg.
So I guess we're gonna need to reload. That was a slight trouble for us.
Oh wait. Life goes on. So that fight is not a winnable fight. You cannot actually win that fight. All I found was you alone and wounded in the woods. I always told you, you'd get in trouble one day, but I never thought something like this would happen. I'm afraid that Tipo and Ray are... Where do you think you're going? Looking for them? Imagine that. Windia? Did you say you were going to Windia? What on earth reason do you have to go there? I see. You watch yourself, hear me? Just follow the road east. After Mount Mirneg, you're gonna have trouble getting over. Come back here. Maybe I can give you a hand, eh? Okay, so we are going to leave. We are going to run into enemies with a level 1 Ryu. All by his lonesome. Come on, I have to... Okay. If I failed to escape, I would have been so sad. excuse me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and camp. We are going to not talk to anybody because we don't have any people in our party. But we are going to save the game before we do this next part. So we unfortunately did not get any of the stat boosting items. There is a stat boosting item that you can get from each of those people. I don't think that it's reasonable to try and get it if you're doing a low level game. If you're actually at reasonable levels, go ahead, try and like steal from them both. Each one of them has a stat boosting item, but you know, it's +1 to a stat. It's not a big deal if you miss out on it. So we are back in here, and it is time to hopefully get away from this Ripper. Oh, God. Oh! Oh! Of course! I'm completely naked. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now we can go ahead and pop over here and talk to Bunyan. I'm having so much trouble, Bunyan! So, are you ready to try working for a living? I've learned that young folks like you need the advice of their elders. You can use our experience to help keep you on the straight and narrow, see? So you want to hear my advice? Sure, yeah. I guess you're sincere enough. Listen up. You need to be strong and tough. Yeah, I can't get through life otherwise. Got it? I got it, Bunyan. I make you my pupil. While you're my pupil, your power, defense, and strength will go up faster. But your AP and intelligence won't go up as quickly. Anyone else? There isn't anyone else. I'm alone. Thanks for reminding me that my friends just died, asshole. So... we're gonna go ahead and heal ourselves. And I have good news for you all. We now have the capacity to fight and win with art. We have 8 levels to gain with art. We have to get 8 levels in order to get, not quite all, but most of the abilities from Bunyan. One ability that he has, we do not need to get from him. We can get it from an enemy skill, so we don't have to worry. We actually could get... there's more than one, but the one that requires 8 levels is not one of them. So, we are going to pop straight over to here, because I think... oh, do I have any skilling? Do I have skill ink? I don't think I do. Okay, I'm gonna need to pick up some skill ink. Because we need to tinker with our skills a bit. Get ready. Boda boda bum bum. So we can just leave this here, and it will just conjure this guy to come to us. He gets attracted from infinite distance. No problem. So let's actually get our hand on the controller again, and... hey man, you want to make your sales, or don't you? Because... hey, new record. You know what? I think I actually did buy an extra one of these. Unfortunately, I need to get more trout. Alright, so we have a trout right here. You're just going to run on over it. There we go. So yeah, I am curious about this. I think that I did get skilling. So we're just gonna go to the camp, and we're gonna check. I do not have any ink, so I do need to pick up an ink. Save this. Okay. So we're gonna go back to this fishing spot. We are going to. Do I want to pick up the? You know what? I'm gonna fish up some trout because I might as well, right? You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna throw a coin in here. We've got one trout. That's good enough. At some point later on, when I have access to more like fishing spots, I'm going to do some like serious fishing, but it seems silly to do a huge amount of fishing here right now. Okay, so we did get the skill ink that we need, and we can go ahead and use that. This is not how you use skill ink. So, pop it here. Okay, so he has influence, he does need that, he does need snooze. We're going to put... Magic Ball is not going to be useful for him, but Frost is useful, and Burn is actually reasonably useful as well. We need Blind as well. So the problem with that is that means that we will, if we do this, need... Because we're getting 4 skills from Bunyan, and we can have a maximum of 8, I think. I think we're going to have to actually get more skill ink later, but that's okay. So for now, we are checking the memory card. We are checking the file. We're going to overwrite this, and we are done. So do we want to be doing Igus, which we can get 20 EXP from each? Or do we want to be continuing on? I'd say we should probably try popping over here first. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. Bum-ba-dum. And let's see. I think we can just kill these. Oh, great, we're blinded. I feel like we might actually just want to run from this, but... Okay, we are going to snooze. Restore amount of it to max, restore HP to max. Get stabbed in the face. Wait, my blind is cured? How did I get cured of blind? Okay, we're now level 2. So, HP raises by 4, power by 3, defense by 1, and agility by 1. So our power increased there by more than, like, Tipo got throughout his entire leveling process before. So not too shabby there. And we need to get ourselves up to level 9. Now, there are some people who would suggest that it is in your best interest to... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That is a lot more damage than I was expecting them to do. I am boned. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna die here. There's no way that I'm gonna survive this. Okay, well, that's good to know. Those nut troops are heavy hitters, actually. I think it was hitting pretty hard. This is usually how I do this, though, so... Apparently, I'm just a bit of a noob. Let's see here. Oh, so there are 2 basic pathways that people suggest that you can take for Ryu. So there's some people who suggest that you take him down a physical build, which involves putting him under Bunyan, leaving him there. There's other masters later who are good physical masters, and basically making him a physical powerhouse. There are others who suggest that you put him under masters like Migas and other magic-oriented masters in order to maximize his MP and stuff like that, okay? I think that, honestly, both options are wasteful. Ryu is extremely overpowered, and it's very wasteful to make him built in any particular direction like that. You're much better off giving him... Let me see if I can just stab... Oh, good. Critical hit. You're better off giving him other stats. For the beginning 9 levels, the reason that I'm doing this here is because I want to beat a optional fight that's coming up. There's an optional fight coming up that you can't beat it at level 1. Most people, if you were doing a low-level game, you generally speaking wouldn't even try, right? It's not something that you would try to do. You get experience from it, so you wouldn't be doing it in a low-level game anyway. Things like that. But for my part, I want to complete all the content. I want to do all the optional stuff. And that includes doing this fight. Now, people do suggest generally being level 15 for this fight. I'm going to be doing this fight at level 9. So, obviously, things are going to be a little harder for me than they otherwise would be. Look at that! 11 extra HP, 6 power, 4 defense, 1 agility. Oh man, it's so nice. Oh god. Okay. So, we're not really gaining much in the way of MP, and we're not gaining much in the way of magic attack power right now. And you wouldn't think that that makes that big of a difference, because I don't really have any nukes anyway. I could have the Typhoon nuke. But who cares, right? Like, it's not that big a deal. And you would want to put that on other characters anyway. So I guess I probably should have saved him in slot 2. But it doesn't matter. This is definitely what I'm intending to do. So, the key here is that given the choice between a sort of physical build and a magic build, I think that Ryu makes much more sense having the first few levels be physical, and then everything beyond that is focused on 2 things. maximizing his overall stats, which means getting the maximum number of points from a level, not getting like some specific, build, right? Because all of his stats are overpowered, and if you maximize his overall stats, you'll have a stronger character overall. He also has a mechanic later that makes it so that you don't really get any benefits out of having excessively high stats. So you will basically... You're going to be capping stats, right? So if you're going to be capping stats anyway, it's kind of silly to put more points into them. But basically, you want to give him agility. Agility is his primary thing. And agility is an extraordinarily powerful stat generally. So once we get him up to 9, we are going to be giving him a mixture of agility masters and absolute maximum throughput. Coincidentally, there's some overlap there. One of the masters that gives agility is one of the only 2 masters in the game that has a maximum of +8 to your stats overall. And as a minimum, she gives a +2, which is also the maximum that the sort of minimum value can be. So whether you're at min or max, she's one of the best masters in the game. So we have basically 2 masters that we're going to be predominantly using, and we're going to throw in another master as our levels get excessively high to be doing some other business. But basically, Arc is going to be trying to maximize the number of extra turns that I'm getting and being like a super powerful defensive and offensive god. That's the basic gist of what we're going for. So this build will allow us to get X turns against some of the most powerful creatures in a reasonably timely manner, which is good. And it will also allow us to, easily cap out our attack stat. Our int stat isn't capping with this build, but we're going to be capping it in terms of the magic defense component, because it both does magic offense and magic defense. The magic defense component should be capping with this build, I think. I actually haven't checked that, but it's fine. So, we have gained level 7, 5 more power, holy shit, 2 defense, 2 agility, Yahoo. What level are we now? We're 7, is it? Okay. So Ryu is now beastie. He's beastly. And let's see, we got a nut troop here. I'm gonna go ahead and inspect this. And we got double blow off the bat. Perfect. I'm gonna use double blow back on it because maybe we'll hit it. Aha! We got a hit with one of them. There we go. And let's see here. You would typically want burn for these, because burn usually one-shots and they have very low HP, but they're actually very evasive. They're hard to hit. So... Alright, we're gonna go ahead and snooze, because we're starting to get a little... Well, it's not that we're getting low on HP so much as our max HP has increased so much that we are no longer near the cap. But we definitely want to be playing near cap. I'm just gonna charge. I think that's faster than screwing around with this. Oh, rep result? Nope. Nope. I guess I could just run from this thing. There's not really a lot of reason to stand here eating attacks from a nut troop. So I think I'm actually going to snooze it up. And then once it wakes me up, I'll just run away. Because it's only worth 15 experience. It's not worth it to fight these things, I don't think. It's worth it to pick up Double Blow. And we are also going to be picking up one other thing. Another nut troop. God damn it. No! You are not what I am looking for! You know, I guess I probably, now that I think about it, should be exploring this place. Hehe, I'm not gonna hurt you. My name's Tall Man. If you're interested, I can tell you all about different creatures' weak points. Sure, why not? Hehe, well, for example, take the Aigu. Their weak spots are their eyes, so if you hit them with blind, maybe something will happen. Think about it. What would happen to the nut people if you hit them with fire? I did you a favor by telling you that, so do me a favor, okay? Don't use frost magic on us, okay? I would never dream of such a thing, sir. It's interesting that they're called tarmen. I don't usually associate tar with brown. And that is 70 EXP. Alright, so we're getting close. We're almost there, actually. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Alright, we're going to pop out of this. We don't need to fight these. The game may want me to fight them, but I will not. I will not be dragged into a war that cannot be won. For to fight it is in itself a loss. Oh shit. So I need to heal myself. Oh wow. Okay, so the Nut Mage is like the trashiest mage ever. Hey, we got the Nut Troop. Alright, we're gonna take a nap. Get wrecked. Okay, so we have 12 EXP for level 8. We are almost up to the camp. There's a tree here. I found protein. Time to use frost and take a nap. We might as well take a nap because we're pretty low. Nap time for us. Ark awoke. I could actually just take another nap, and I'm going to. Because we might as well cap ourselves out completely. Because it's not going to do anything, it's frozen solid. Eventually I'll wake up and then I can murder it. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Okay, that's level 8. Oh, it's so good. 4 power and 4 defense. Oh. Oh, so delicious. Ba-da-bum. I think this is where we need to be, right? Found a bad amulet. We're gonna go ahead and equip that immediately. Okay, here we go. $60 damage strike. Oh, how the weak have grown. I'm concerned. I think we're fine. Gonna drop down here. The stuff here isn't actually missable. I don't think I want to fight a nitro. Getting higher level isn't going to increase the accuracy against these things, so... The nut mages, I think, have substantially lower evasion than the other nuts. They still have, I think, like, reasonable evasion, but it's not as crazy as the other ones do. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep snoozing. The existence of the snooze spell is very much extremely valuable for the physical build. Like, giving him Bunyan at the beginning. Because the last time that I did this, I actually did give him Migas. And giving him Migas is very, very painful early on in the game. Migas is a very, very weak, what should we call it? Migas is a weak master for a lot of different reasons. Magic is generally not that strong to begin with. But beyond that, Migas suffers from the curse that his boosts are small and his penalties are small. And the problem with a small penalty is that you always get the full brunt of a small penalty. You can't have your stats go down when you level. Your stats will always go up or stay the same. So we need to be escaping. We cannot be getting any more experience because we wanted to get to level 9. We are now level 9. We do not want any more levels at all. So we need to get away from this thing and get back to the entrance. I think we've obtained all the items here now. I'm not positive, but I think we have. I sure hope we have. Bum, bum. So the one concern that I have is that I might not be able to basically survive this upcoming fight because I might not have enough HP healing. So the last time I did this, I did it on with a mage build up to level 9. And the big difference between the two is that the mage build is able to completely heal all of its trivially low max HP in one shot, but the mage Ryu is kind of one-shottable by the boss. So there's that. Whereas physical Ryu is not one-shottable, but has substantially less healing throughput because you haven't actually dumped any points into your intelligence this whole time. So we're going to go ahead and save this, and before we do anything else, I do need to pop over and grab the skills from Bunyan. So the key thing with Bunyan is that Bunyan is also not a very good master. The only reason that we're doing these 8 levels under Bunyan is because otherwise you can't kill this boss, right? You have to do the 8 levels under either Migas or Bunyan. You need to get the 8 levels under Bunyan on somebody at some point. They might as well be Ryu right now. One of the key advantages of doing it with Bunyan is from level 1 to 2, you do not actually get any... you don't get any AP and you don't get any int, if I recall correctly. Or at the very least, you don't get any AP. So, for Bunyan, you actually don't get much penalty at all for the first couple of levels, whereas for Migas, there's one level where you don't get the full penalty to, I believe, defense, and the full penalty, of course, being 1. But that's it. And there's actually, I think, a net gain of like 4 points or 5 points. No. You haven't taught me how to know you. So it looks like since there's nobody else. Let's see what this is. Super combo. And I believe super combo is the last thing. Oh shit. Okay. So we are set. Okay. So basically, we're now done with Bunyan, and we're going to be leveling under other people. So the Migas runs into 2 problems when you're dealing with him as a master. The first is that he sacrifices hit points and strength and defense for intelligence and AP, which is not a good trade. It's just not. And in addition to that, as a problem, he also has the problem that everything is low, which means that you're always going to feel the full brunt of the penalties. You're never going to have like really good levels with him. And the other problem is that the maximum gains that he can give you are very low. Bunyan has okay max gains. The problem is that he does penalize AP, and AP is a very important stat because you don't want to just be hitting people with your sword. You want to be hitting your people with a sword skill that's going to do double damage, right? So you want to be hitting people with skills, no matter whether you're physical or whatnot. You still want to have access to those, to that AP. So AP is just an important stat for everyone. So and he penalizes it relatively heavily. It's -2 per level. So that's obviously trouble. So, but the key is that when you're looking at sort of your power level going into the next like little bit of the game, you definitely would prefer probably to have, and we're gonna see actually, because this is gonna be the real the real telling fight. So, generally speaking, at this point, a physical Ryu is 100% stronger than a mage Ryu. Absolutely. There's just no contest in terms of pure, unadulterated, like, power. But the key is that this particular fight is a little weird, it's a little finicky, and you're solo. Which means that since you are working at, like, with such bizarre stuff, you might actually be better off with Mage Ryu because it depends on a lot of things. But Mage Ryu did require a very large amount of RNG to go in my favor. So it's my suspicion that physical Ryu is going to be able to hold up better than Mage Ryu did in this fight. So we'll see. We will see. And let's see here. The problem is I'm trying to think of when I want to end for the night. And I'm realizing that I don't necessarily have a super good time frame to do it. I think I might do it after this upcoming boss. Yeah, I think I'll do it after the upcoming boss. I'm wondering whether I want to do that boss right now. It's already 9:30 at night. I think that we're gonna continue this next time. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this in the air of what on earth is going on here. So we're gonna actually end this here for right now, and then next time we will come back into this and we will go into the next portion of the game, because the next portion of the game I want to do all in one consolidated session. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going to happen. So that's going to be it for now. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today. I am absolutely loving getting back into Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire is so much fun. So I hope to see you all again next time for some more killing. And maybe we'll even start breathing fire again. But probably not. Later, folks.